Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and welcome back to Jurassic World Evolution. Now today we're going to do a mod spotlight because whilst Jurassic World Evolution 2 can't have models changed and stuff like that, and it does limit modding a lot at this point in time, no such limitations exist for Jurassic World Evolution 1, and some people, as we've shown in the past, have been going around and making some very cool mods for Jurassic World Evolution 1, which I'm hoping when the modding stuff for Jurassic World Evolution 2 gets resolved, they will bring those mods over into that game as well. Now, in the past, I showed you a few things by R.A. Durar, who did the raptor paddock and the water park kind of thing, and I also showed you the jungle river cruise, or at least the decorations for it, made by Sir Zero John. Unfortunately, it wasn't working, but John has been hard at work trying to make it work again, and actually went and messaged me about it, telling me that it was now functioning, so I can actually show you a fully functional river cruise ride, which is just such an awesome thing that we've been wanting for so long, and it's really cool to see it, even if it is in the original game. So I've made a park, and we're gonna just go into... Okay, I'm kind of used to the second game. We're gonna go into capture mode. God, why don't we have slow mode? This is the only thing. Jurassic World Evolution has one thing better than the sequel, and it's this. It's slow motion in capture mode. It is so good, and I don't know why we don't have it anymore. Anyways, let's set that to normal. Unfortunately, we don't have first person mode, of course, but I can show you what I've been doing. So, if we hop... let me just go over here so I know where am I? We're over here somewhere. So, you can follow this path along. There it is. You follow this path along. You see, I've actually put the work in this time to try and make it look moderately okay. There is a slight problem, I shall see in a second, but we'll get there in a minute. But there we go, our Jurassic Park river ride. How cool already does this look? So there's a whole bunch of scenery items. There's this introduction place, this kind of banner thingamajiggy. There's this bridge that you can put hanging over, and it kind of sits over the top of the water. You can see that I've put the fence through it. I'll explain that in a second, but ignore that for now. But you head through, follow your bridge along. Obviously, you won't actually be able to walk over this, but it's for decoration purposes. Got some billboards kind of sitting there at the side as well. One over there as well. Very cool. Head on forward. You land over on this side. You walk around. You've got a map for the river cruise, as you can see. And you've got the big river cruise building, which has maps inside, like so. And signs for Lego systems for some reason, and little info signs, and yada yada yada. This Velociraptor diagram, lovely. Just random ass stuff basically, but a pretty cool building. And just before we hop in there, hello Ankylosaurus, if we hop down here, we've got the photo booth, you know, if you want to get your photo of yourself riding the River Rapids ride. And there's the monorail, because of course guests can't actually walk this way, so you attach a monorail over here, and that brings you around. Inside here, I have, of course, attached the jungle tour, the Jurassic tour. That's the building that now gets replaced. So, what we can do is grab it, go into here, go into ride, and there we go. Now, we're in a slightly weird position. We're a bit far forward. If I switch camera, there we look at this! How cool is this? I'll go through exactly how this works in a little bit more detail.
Sometimes it is necessary to transport a dinosaur to another enclosure or to the mainland. Such actions are taken by the highly trained ACU teams.
I'll go into a little bit more detail on how all this works in a second, but I thought we'd actually ride the ride. Now, I've brought in mainly dinosaurs from Jurassic Park 3. We've got a couple of Jurassic Park 3 style Brachiosauruses. We've got the Ankylosaurus, which you've already seen. What the hell did I just hit? We've got a Ceratosaurus knocking around somewhere. And of course, we've got some Dryosauruses just because I wanted a small herbivore, and Jurassic Park 3 does not really actually have any small herbivores. But yeah, I think this is awesome. It's an actual... It works properly now. It used to crash my game all the time as soon as the vehicle approached, but he rebuilt... Oh, I have an issue. Ah! Drysaurus!
Is one of the
Yeah! Jesus Christ!
This makes her a popular attraction for visitors. Her calls can be heard from across the park.
Yeah, they rebuilt the... So I'm gonna... There you go, look at that! How immensely awesome is that? The river ride, just going past the brackies, walking through the water. I mean, I just think that's a very cool thing. And yeah, I think it would be possible if model edits were working to port this to Jurassic World Evolution 2. I really hope it is, because I think this would be such a cool thing to have. Drive ourselves if we want, so take control of it. There we go. Now, the water does disappear every now and again. I'll explain all that in a second, but
dinosaur.
Meow. So you can do a proper JP-free recreation if you... Whoa, Nelly! I've got to bear in mind that I put water every now and again so it gets a little bit shallow if you go off the track. A little bit deep, I should say. How cool is that right there? I love that. That's just... It's much happiness. Hello, buddy. Yeah, very cool. So, I'll show you some other things about how this works. So, I've put water in here. Maybe I shouldn't have in retrospect. We can get rid of that, no problem. Some problems? There we go. So, as you can see, it's not actually using water. If you've seen the past video, you'll know what this is. But basically, if we go into scenery now, there's two parts of this mod. There's the attraction itself, which just gives you... It replaces the Jurassic tour with the boat. Sorry for the dog outside. And then there's another one that's a scenery pack that's got all this stuff, which has got like the docking area that you put over the top of your Jurassic tour, yada, yada, yada. And it's also got this placeable water, which is... Well, what it says on the tin, but it's basically a big old rectangle of water texture. So what you do... You're going to want enhanced... You don't need to use enhanced terrain tools, but I would recommend it. And let's say you've got your tour track going through the middle here. This little egg shape we've got going on here. And you want it to go through water, where you go into scenery, you go into your thing, and basically you just sort of lay it... You need a flat area, essentially, first. So make sure you flatten, like so. And then you grab your correct button, and you just kind of layer the water over the top of the area. Because obviously the Jurassic Tour can't go through normal water, so it's got fake water, so it goes through the water, basically. And as long as the sides are risen up, you'll still get like a natural outskirts to your river. I just think it's a very, very cool thing. The amount of thought that's gone into it, into making sure it works correctly, all these decorations that really come together to make it feel completely unique and special. Kind of, I mean, look, how cool does that look? That looks really good. There is one small problem. And it's really more of a Jurassic World Evolution 1 problem rather than a Jurassic World Evolution 2 problem. But there's no way that I can think... I don't know how we ever did this in the past. Now that I think, wait, no. Have I been stupid? I may have been stupid. Can't you attach... I was stupid. Yeah, so, never mind. I completely forgot that you can attach the fence directly to the tour building itself, and that what you would do is do that and kind of curl around like that. I was about to say that's why it's down here. That's why the fence is down here, because I forgot that. That was just me being dumb. So it does work perfectly. Yeah, it's awesome. It's the kind of thing I'm crying out for, absolutely crying out for, in Jurassic World Evolution 2. That said, it's worth pointing out, and credit to Frontier for this bit, Evolution 1 is not a good game. It doesn't sound like credit, but I mean the difference between Evolution 1 and Evolution 2 in so many little things is mind. Like, just things like, you don't really think about it because we kind of normalized it, but the ability to make multiple eggs at once for a dinosaur is just absolutely everything. The speed up button, the general increases the time, like reductions in time. I made some Indominus Rexes to get the park going, just so I guessed in the park and that it would actually function, and it took so long, even with double speed upgrades, as you can see. Oh, one speed upgrade, whoops. But still took bloody ages, with 20% faster. So Evolution 2 is a huge step up in some ways, but this is like the last thing we're really missing. I just think that looks awesome. Shout out to Sir Zero John, thank you very much for joining me. I will see you lovely folks very, very soon for more Dino Madness, as it's known in the clubs. Thanks for joining me. Cheers, much of as always. Oh, throw me a like down below if you enjoyed the video. All that nonsense. And go endorse the mod, because the mod is cool. Thanks for joining me. Cheers, much of as always. Bye-bye.
Reaching out.